मॉर्निंग डैलस, गुड इवनिंग इंडिया, गुड इवनिंग अपना बिहार बोलते हुए आप सबको आपका दोस्त आपका होस्ट राजीव कुलकर्णी का प्यार भरा नमस्कार। आज का दिन दिसंबर 22 2024। हाँ जी, दिसंबर 22 हो गया ऑलरेडी। अनदर 8 to 9 डेज टू फिनिश 2024। फिर 2025 में हम कदम रखेंगे। लेकिन ये 2024 कैसे गुजर गया किसी को कुछ पता नहीं, एटलीस्ट मुझे तो पता नहीं चला। आई थिंक द सेम विद यू ऑल। अभी 2025 में हम कदम रखने वाले हैं। होपफुली एवरीथिंग विल बी फाइन 2025। लेकिन आज का दिन जो है बहुत ही स्पेशल दिन है, क्योंकि हमारे साथ जो है स्पेशल गेस्ट जो है हमारे साथ, जिनके बारे में हम बताएंगे थोड़ी देर में। लेकिन हर इतवार को ये कार्यक्रम शुरू होने के पहले हम भगवान को ज़रूर याद करके ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं। चलिए आज भी भगवान को याद करेंगे और ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करेंगे। गुड मॉर्निंग एंड वेलकम बैक टू भारत अन्वेषण। आपका दोस्त आपका होस्ट राजीव कुलकर्णी फिर एक बार आपको प्यार से इस कार्यक्रम में स्वागत करता हुआ। आज का दिन दिसंबर 22 2024। टुडे वी हैव ए स्पेशल गेस्ट, लेकिन before that, I want to, thank you all for watching this show, watching our channel regularly, and giving your time to watch and support our guest as well as support the channel. Without you, it is very impossible to run this channel, and also it is a challenge if we don't have the supporters support. And thank you all for supporting the channel and sharing the channel and requesting your friends and contacts to subscribe to that. And I request that please do subscribe, because we try our best to bring the best guest possible every week, and a lot of information that we could bring. क्योंकि भारत अन्वेषण का यही एक उद्देश्य होता है कि भाई हर हफ्ते एक नया अन्वेषण लेके आए, क्योंकि जो बहुत ही फेमस इमारतें हैं, बहुत ही फेमस जो बिल्डिंग्स वगैरह है, दैट इज़ ऑलरेडी वो एक्सप्लोर हो चुका है, लेकिन देर आर सर्टन थिंग्स विच आर जेम्स, विच आर हिडन जेम्स जैसे हम बोलते हैं, दे आर नॉट एक्सप्लोर्ड. And this is a small attempt of Bharat Anveshan to bring on this platform those gems to the world. चलिए आज का एक कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं, लेकिन थैंक यू टू संदीप फॉर सपोर्टिंग टेक्निकली एज ऑलवेज, एंड थैंक यू मिस्टर जितेंद्र अनेजा फॉर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग आवर गेस्ट टुडे, एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर दैट. तो आपको 2 मिनट का ये थोड़ा इंट्रोडक्शन मैं दूंगा हमारे गेस्ट के बारे में. शी इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज फॉर्मर रिलीजियस सिस्टर एंड a social worker, and she has devoted herself to the Musahar community, that is the Dalit of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. And वो आपको पता चल जाएगा, दलित बोले तो ऑलरेडी आपको पता है वो क्या है. And she resides and works in Jam South, a village in Patna, which is in Bihar. She is sometimes called as Didi. हाँ जी, तो दीदी का मतलब होता है elder sister. And she is the chief executive officer या CEO of NariGunjan, जो women's voice है, a non-profit organization that provides education, literacy, vocational training, healthcare, advocacy, and life skills for the Dalit girls and women in Bihar. NariGunjan has more than 50 facilities with an overall enrollment of more than 1,500 or 2,000 girls. जो हमको हमारे जो गेस्ट बताएंगी उस नारी गुंजन के बारे में और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा. She has stated that she draws inspiration from B.R. Ambedkar, a Dalit who fought against the concept of untouchability and one of the drafters of Constitution of India. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Sudha Varghese from Bihar. Namaskar Sudha ji, good evening, welcome to Bharat Anveshan. How are you?
Namaskar. I am fine. I am fine. Thank you for inviting me today to speak to those who have come to listen and to interact. Thank you.
Absolutely, ma'am. It is our pleasure to have you on our show, because you are doing such a noble thing to the society, and it is very important for people to know what happens to the rural part of India, where it is so unnoticed, and so even people notice it but still behave they don't notice it. But it is unnoticed, and people should know what are you up to, what are you doing, how you are helping the society, and that is the small attempt of our Bharat Anveshan here, and for bringing you to our show. And thank you for agreeing to come on our show and talk about yourself and talk about the Nari Gunjan that you are operating. Welcome to the show again, Sudha ji.
Thank you. Thank you.
So first of all, let us know from you only. Originally, where are you from, and currently, where do you live exactly?
Originally, I am from Kerala.
Kerala, okay.
Yes, Kerala, Kottayam district. And I lived in my family. I am the eldest of the 7 siblings in the family. And I completed my 10th class And then I was about 16 years old. I left my home for Bihar. That was a very strange step that I took. When I was studying in class 8th, someone had brought a magazine to the class, and I also took that magazine and paged through, and I saw a page on Bihar, and there were 2-3 photographs also, and that showed that there were such shanty huts on the roadside, and families were living in on the roadside, and so that really shook me because I had never seen such a scene in Kerala. And I saw children practically naked moving around on the road with vehicles passing. So then I said to myself, I must go to Bihar and see this unique poverty and the poor that has to live on the roadside. So that was when I was studying in class 8th, and that deep desire stayed with me until, like, after I passed my metric, I decided to move into Bihar. Of course, there was so much of opposition from my family, my parents. Being the oldest, they never wanted me to leave home. But somehow, my stubbornness also helped, and I came to Bihar. Yes.
But
So that is,
that is a very strong move and also very bold move, I will say, because at the age of 16, when you are still in 8th standard, 8th grade, the knowledge is definitely would have been a big challenge, because you coming from Kerala, you are a Malayalam speaking girl, and at that time, did you have some knowledge about Hindi otherwise?
that Hindi was a second language like that we studied in the school.
Okay.
But I had no idea about spoken Hindi.
Yes.
And I just did not think of what I will have to face, what challenges, the language, the culture, the food habits, all that is in Bihar. It's very different from what I am used to. But none
Yes.
of those things stopped me. I said, we will see. So there I was in Bihar.
Wow. That's hats off to you. That's a big, big move, and that too, so many years back. And at that time, there was no internet, there was no technology as such, and even having a kind of a communication itself is such a huge challenge, because you have to write the card or postcard or inland letters. Those kind of communication things used to be there. I'm pretty sure you would have gone through a lot of challenges in the initial days, till you thought that, okay, now I'm trying to getting settled down. Hats off to you, Sudhaji. So when you went to Bihar, what did you study after that, and did you pursue your studies further, and what you did there?
Yes. It took me about 2 years to learn English.
Okay.
I knew English as a second language, but to speak English, I had no fluency. I knew some words and all that, but I had to learn English. Hindi. I learned those two languages for I could converse with people, especially Hindi. If I go to the village, I like to speak in Hindi. And then I did my intermediate after coming to Patna. Then after that, I taught in 2-3 schools. And those schools were well established schools, English medium, and for rich kids. I did not like it at all because there was a deep disturbance that was telling me, did you leave home for these rich kids? So that was disturbing me, and I used to talk to my friends, some girls. Arey, I don't want to stay here. I did not come to look after these girls, teach them English, teach them this, that. So my friends used to tell me, you keep quiet for some time. We will see if there is some possibility for you to go to the village and so on. So somehow I managed, and then whenever I got a chance to go to a village, some people used to go to the village for health camps. So I also used to go with them, and then I began to see some ordinary people, poor people, and so on. So then I said, oh, there is some space where I can somehow get out and meet the people I came in search of. Yes.
Wow. That's again your, as you said, your stubborn quality and your determination definitely proved to stay back in that particular time of your early days of life, I would say. And that is really a very inspiring factor, I would say. So now, what is this? I read about your background and some activities. What is this Musahar community as such?
I found out that the photos I had seen in that magazine, they were of the real poor, marginalized Musahar people.
Okay.
So now, when I got a chance to move out, or get out into the village, I started searching for this community or some family. Finally, I came across 2, 3 women who mentioned that they are Musahars. Now, Musahar community, Musahar means rat eaters. They are
Oh,
rat eaters. Yes. They hunt, catch
excuse me.
rats, and they eat rats. So when I found them, I felt that, okay, here they are. I came, they gave me the inspiration to come, or my reason for coming to Bihar was them. So I looked around and I found more of them. They are most marginalized, सबसे last, caste wise, सबसे last. They are considered untouchables. They have no education whatsoever. Health hazards are there, no livelihood. So I looked around and I saw them and I said, now what is it that they have? They have nothing. No land, no business, nothing. So then I sort of started talking to them. When I found out that my Hindi was too high for them, they don't talk in like Hindi, regular Hindi. They talk in a language or Magahi. They talk in Magahi. So
Okay.
then I found it difficult to understand what exactly they are saying, especially women. Some youth, they understand a little Hindi. So managed somehow. I listened to them and I tried to pick up some words of this Maghi, the vernacular that they use. So that way I also learned from them how to use Maghi words. And so then I felt that my search for this community was almost coming to a success. And so I decided that since I found the people that I was looking for, I must think of settling down with them somehow. So then I got a chance to go and study for my graduation. I did that. I was sent to Mysore. I did my graduation there. Then I came back, and then I did not spend any extra time or waste any extra time. I went straight to the village and I found a community of Musahars. I started living with them. And so I started, sabse pehle, I started playing with the children, getting in touch with the children and the women. And so we became friends. And then the first 2 weeks or so, I tried to get the children to learn something. So initially they had no desire to study anything. They did not know what it means to study. They had never heard about any school or studying or anything like that. So then once I started discussing with them going to school and all, they said, if we will go to school on condition that you will reach us to the school and evening you will come and take us back. So they were so scared to get out of their
Oh.
settlement. They're so frightened. They have experiences of people sort of shouting at them, threatening them, and they don't want to hear that again. So they demanded that I accompany them to the school and go back in the evening and bring them back home. I agreed because I said this is the first children that I want to get them to school and so on. There were 19 children, both boys and girls. So we started our learning process. And then in the evening, they'll come back and tell me what happened to the school, happened in the school. And then we will have some games and singing and all that. So my children and I enjoyed thoroughly. And then I also took the women and we started work, like, discussing what happens to them and so on. Then I found out that this community, the only livelihood that they feel comfortable about or that they are able to do is producing liquor, country liquor.
Okay.
Yes. So even though they are untouchables, all the people around will come to their huts to drink this country liquor. Their untouchability stays outside of their huts. And they would also come, sit down, drink, and they will harass the women, the girls. So there were things of that sort also going on. So I felt that there is enough for me to do. Means I have to get the women to understand how they are victimized.
Right.
So I had my, meantime, I used to have men coming and telling me, देखिए दीदी वो हमारे साथ झगड़ा कर रहा है काहे के लिए कौन चीज के लिए झगड़ा कर रहे हैं मेरा जमीन पे ये घुस रहा है मीन्स ही इज encroaching into my land. So they have no land where your झोपड़ी ends, his hut उधर शुरू करता है, starts there. So there is nothing in between that divides their huts. So then they will both get angry and they will run to the court. They will go to the court and some munshi will take money from them and they will come back in the evening and I asked them what happened in the court. They said nothing happened. We were asked to stay outside and they took all the money from us. But in the evening, they came and gave one small slip of paper and they wanted me to read and see what is written there. So I said, this is the next date. You have to go to the court. So then those men told me, but they told us to bring more money. I said, naturally, they will tell you to bring more money because, it's in the court, they take money. So this was going on. Then this made me decide that I will take up law study. So I became an advocate. 3 years I studied. I took off 3 months a year. I completed my law in 3 years. And because I could not have taken full time 3 years leaving my village. So that way I completed my law. And I had the first rape case that I took. The police was very mean. They would not register my case. So they, in a way, they kind of, disgustingly, they said, who will rape a girl who is wearing such dirty clothes? So, their mentality was that. So I said, you don't need to take my case, but you just write down and give me what you told me. That also they will not do. So when police doesn't do what is supposed to be done by them, so I had a roadblock. About 500 women blocked the main road of the close by town. And that was the first time they saw that such a roadblock. And the media also came, and it became a very kind of, the police was very embarrassed because
Definitely.
we shouted slogans against them and against their inactivity and so on. But finally, they asked me, did you have to do all this? I said, you did not do what you had to do, so we had to do something. Yes. So
Very
finally,
nice.
they got arrested.
Very nice. Let's take a quick break here and let's see the women part of it. Let's see.
शक्ति 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 वो शक्ति है 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 कभी कभी वो शक्ति है कभी कभी वो भक्ति है ना झुकती है ना रुकती है ना थमती है ना थकती है ना झुकती है ना रुकती है ना थमती है ना थकती है वो शक्ति 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 है कि जिसको अपनी शक्तियों का ज्ञान है जिसके हाथ में कमान लक्ष्य पर ही ध्यान है जो चक्रवात की लहर के सर पे चढ़ के झूम ले कि प्रश्न चिन्ह तोड़ कर जो उत्तरों को चूम ले वो शक्ति है 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 जो आग और बर्फ दोनों साथ लेके चलती है जो तीर में बदलती है जो ढाल में भी ढलती है जो एक पल में अग्नि है जो एक पल में नीर है जो पत्थरों की स्याही से खींची हुई लकीर है वो आ गई जो जिद पे तो नदी का रुख भी मोड़ेगी जो ले लिया है एक बार प्रण वो करके छोड़ेगी लाख उसके इम्तिहान ले ले कोई भी डगर न दर्द की उसे फिक्र न चोट का ही कोई डर वो शक्ति है 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 वो शक्ति है
गुड मॉर्निंग एंड वेलकम बैक टू भारत अन्वेषण। आपका दोस्त आपका होस्ट राजीव कुलकर्णी फिर एक बार आपको स्वागत करता हुआ। आज का दिन है दिसंबर 22 2024। आज हमारे साथ बहुत ही एक स्पेशल गेस्ट जो है सुधा वर्गीस जी, जो हाँ एक्चुअली ओरिजिनली शी इज़ फ्रॉम केरला, लेकिन अपने 16 साल के उम्र में वो केरला छोड़ के बिहार चली गई क्योंकि उनको ऐसा कुछ नज़र आया कि वहाँ जाके वो कुछ अलग कर सकती है। एंड व्हाट दैट इज़ व्हाट शी इज़ डूइंग एंड शी इज़ द CEO ऑफ NariGunjan, जो नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चलाती है जो टू अप ब्रिंग or upliftment of the girls and the women of the Dalit community. Welcome back to the show, Sudhaji, after this small break. And the video I wanted to show is definitely about the women power, which engager, जैसे कि आपने बताया कि भाई आपने एक मोर्चा निकाला, आपने एक प्रोसेशन निकाला, आपने रोड ब्लॉक किया. The Nari Shakti is not to be underestimated. That is what it is. People should know that. And so definitely, you saw so much of things were happening in the negative way in the place where you were living, and to this Musahar community. And so you thought that you should do something. And what exactly, like, inspiration kahan se aaya? You had a teacher's job, you were teaching, I believe, initially, and then you left and came to help this community. And ये feelings और thought process क्या मतलब चल रहा था आपके दिमाग में?
Once I came across this community, I could not believe how limited their lives were. No education, no land. So they were always at the mercy of other people. And other people wanted cheap labor, so they can threaten them, shout at them, and get them to do work. And they will pay them very minimum, very little. And if my women, I used to tell my women, you ask for more money. So if my women asked for more money, more wages, they will be told from tomorrow don't come. So they used to come and tell me, Didi, how you told us to talk to these people. We talked, and so they have asked us not to come for work. So whatever we were getting, that also is gone. So then I tried to get the women to understand. See, we have to stand up for our rights.
Correct.
And entitlements. So there was a time when they did not have the voice to put forth their demands. That time I gave them my voice. And so they shouted, they put forth their demand, and they stayed back from work, saying that until you give us this much wages, we will not work in your field. So I felt that these women needed some backing up and help them to stand firm on their feet, demand their rights. So that is what I started doing for them, with them, and they came up strong and powerful women. I have, like this COVID time,
Yes.
my women were very much in, really they were in problem. They used to call me from some faraway districts also, villages also, and say, Didi, if you have something with you, please come, give it to our children. They are crying because they are hungry. So what can we do? We don't have anything with us. So COVID time, the Rotary Club and other such people used to send some ration to me, saying that if your people need, please take this. So I used to go with those ration, put in a vehicle, and I used to go and give it to these women. When the COVID was coming, like almost coming to a completion, my women themselves said, Didi, now how will you give us ration? Because you don't keep any ration. I said, see, now we have to do our own agricultural work. Otherwise, nobody will give us. When there was a need, they gave us. But otherwise, they won't give. So, NariGunjan helped 10 women to start their own agriculture. So, we had to take land on lease. Because my community, my Musahar community does not have any land. So 10 women, we gave them that much money, and we took savado, that is 2.25 or maybe 2.5 acres we got, and we gave these 10 women to do community farming. They did a very good job, worked hard, and they came out well. Seeing their effort and their success, many women took land on lease, whatever they could take, maybe even a half a katta, and they started doing. And today, NariGunjan has got about 4,000 women doing
Wow.
agriculture. Yes. And they keep telling me, Didi, now my children don't cry of hunger.
Aha.
My children are happy. So I think this is one of the, I would say it's like a revolution. All of a sudden in 2-3 years time, 4,000 women are doing agriculture, and they feel that, that hunger that was always pestering them, that is not there anymore. Now we have joined, become part of the Department of Agriculture, and my women will be doing mushroom cultivation, corn cultivation, sweet corn, and things of that sort. So they are going ahead, and now they have become members of the National Farmers Forum. So, motivating these women, staying with them, taking them along, they are ready to do anything. So, one of my demands from them was that I will be with you, but one thing I want from you, you educate your children. Because if you don't educate your children, you cannot go ahead. So one day they told me, Didi, you know what? We put all our children to Sarkari school, government school. But the government school does not have any teaching going on. So
Yeah.
we took all of them out and we put them into private school. See, now we have little money with us. So we send them to private school. So if we don't teach our children, what is our future? So what I used to ask them, now they are asking me in return, and they are convinced that their children need to be educated. And another thing, early, whenever there was a sexual assault, anything of that sort, they would always call me and say, Chalo, Didi, you come with us to the police station. Police will not listen to us. But now they on their own will go to the police station. If they have any problem there, then they will call me and say, Didi, they are not listening to us. So there's some changes that have come. They want to go ahead and they are ready to take the risk and go ahead.
सुधा जी,
Hello.
1 मिनट रोकना चाहता हूँ. इधर बहुत अच्छे अच्छे कमेंट्स आ रहे हैं. मैं थोड़ा सा पढ़ के सुनाऊंगा, इफ़ यू अलाउ मी टू. सो सबसे पहले तो लिखा है किसी ने, सुपर मैम. फिर किसी ने लिखा है, शी इज़ अ ग्रेट पर्सन. सुपर सुधा दीदी इज़ रियली सेवियर टू द पुअर, and we all feel proud to have Didi. And thanks to Bharat Anveshan, we have come to know about people like Sudhaji who are really doing incredible work. And then very proud moment for the entire team. So she is my idol, and very proud moment for NariGunjan. ठीक है, proud of you Sudhadi. Then she is an idol of every woman. The end, the beginning of the lighting of revolution, Sudha Didi. Okay, proud of you, Didi. Very proud of us. Proud of you. You are the guide of all of us. The work done by you is commendable, Sudha Didi. The staff of NariGunjan is very lucky to be working under your guidance. And the work Didi is doing, very commendable, and I'm very glad that I got the opportunity to work with her. Most power and glory to her. Awesome and speechless. Thank you so very much, audience, for beautiful comments. This is really really beautiful thing that you have written about Miss Sudha Varghese. तो दर्शकों को ये भी बताऊं कि in 2006 Sudha Varghese was the recipient of Padmashree award, and which is a civilian honor awarded by the government of India. Congratulations for that, Sudhaji. And
Thank you.
please continue your yes, please.
Yes. Initially, I felt I want to be with these people and learn what are the struggles that they go through.
Yeah.
So I moved into a village. In one of their huts, I stayed there for 21 years.
Wow.
21 years of my youthful days, I spent with them. I was part of all the threats and fights and anything that my people had to go through, I was with them. And I think this really gave me uh, the conviction that what people who are powerless, economically, no land, no business, socially outcast, untouchable, and politically there is nothing, culturally non-entity. So they were at the brink of in every way. But I stayed with them and I was able to understand this aspect of absolute helplessness. And worked together. We got hand pumps, clean drinking water. We got housing because I would go to the block and I'll promise that they will complete the houses within the stipulated time. Otherwise, the block development officer was not willing to give the fund. He used to say they take money and then they run away from there. I said, I can promise you that nobody will run away. So he gave about 20 houses. In a way, I snatched from him and I said, in 6 months' time, you come, inaugurate the houses. So my people, I met with them, we had meetings, and then everyone agreed that we will complete the houses, Didi. Nobody will run away from here because we have to live in the house.
Sure.
So somehow they accepted me as one of them in that place, in the settlement, and they were my people. So we had a at home feeling, and many times if I used to come late in the evening. When I used to practice in the court at that time, but on my way back, I'll stop in one or two villages and I come late. So when the women see that I have come late after it is dark, one or the other will come and say, Didi, don't make roti. Don't make roti. We are bringing roti for you.
Ah.
So much at homeness and acceptance. And I think I was able to be one of them, and I will take their cause to any, whether it is police, whether it is DM, anybody. I did not fear anybody. I had enough courage and I had enough, I felt that the people have the right. Only
Yes.
they are not able to reach that place because the society around them is such, and there is nobody who will take up their cause.
That is
So that way, I think the years I spent was very helpful for me also. I was able to know how to approach these people, how to work with them, and then how to get the children motivated to go to school. I have a boy now whom, when he was studying class 8, that time I was living with them in the village. So I used to ask him every day, did you go to school today, Bhaguni? Yes, I went to school. So that after that, he came and he was very annoyed. Didi, every day you ask me whether I went to school, but you don't know where I sit in the school, do you? The children, others coming from other caste, they will not allow him to sit on the bench. They will push him, put him on the ground. So now he told me, I am sitting on the windowsill and studying. So I could not bear that. I went to that school. I told the headmaster, you will not sit in this office if you don't watch out what your masters are doing. My boy, I saw him sitting on the windowsill. Did you see him sitting on the windowsill? I said, this type of discrimination will not work. So that way, I was able to get my children their right to study, sit on a bench and study, not on the floor and not at the back. They need a place right with other children and so on. One day, one lady, her child was made to wash the cloth of that headmaster. So I told that lady, you go and see what your son is doing. When she saw her son is washing the cloth, she was very annoyed. And then in the evening, she told me, you write this letter. And so she made me write that letter, went to the district development officer and gave him the letter and said, take this principal, this headmaster out. He makes my children to wash his clothes. So he was suspended. That headmaster was suspended. So my women became very powerful. My women became very powerful. They are able to stand up on their feet and talk and argue and get their rightful place in the society.
Excellent.
So women have become very different than what they were maybe. By the way, I am working with this community for the last 35 years.
30 plus years, yeah.
My women have to be different.
Absolutely. With your determination and dedication, definitely, it will and it has made a lot of changes for sure. And let's take a quick break here and we'll come back.
ये कितने का है?
5 रुपए।
हमारे पास 2 ही रुपया है, रख लो।
जेब में हमरी 2 ही रुपया, दुनिया को रखे ठेंगे पे भैया, सुख दुख को खूंटी पे टांगे और पाप पुण्य चोटी से बांधे, नाचे हैं हम ताता थैया, हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया, अरे हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया, ये अपना फैशन है भैया, अरे हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया।
एक गली में बम बम भोले, दूजी गली में अल्लाह मियाँ, एक गली में कुंज अजाने, दूजी गली में बंसी बजैया।
सबकी रगों में लहू बहे है, अपनी रगों में गंगा मैया, सूरज और चंदा भी ढलता,
ढल जा।
अपने इशारों पे चलता,
चलना।
ये दुनिया का गोल गोल पहिया, हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया, हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया, ये अपना फैशन है भैया, अरे हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया। घाट घाट पे घूमो रे भैया, देखो दीदी छुरी की नैया, छुरी चचा पार लगा दे, बन जा तू ही अपना खिवैया। आजा बनारस का रस चख लिया, और गंगा में जाके तू डुबकी लगा, रबड़ी के संग संग चबा लेना उंगली, माधव भंग का रंग चढ़ा, चूना लगाई ले बनवा खिलाई दे, उस पे तू जड़ दे का तोड़का लगाई दे। आहा पटना से आई वे, पेरिस से आई वे, गंगा जी में हर कोई नंगा नहाई वे, जीते जी जो कोई काशी ना आए, चार चार कांधों पे वो चढ़ के आए। अरे हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया, हम तो ऐसे हैं भैया, ये अपनी नगरी है भैया, अरे हम तो
गुड मॉर्निंग एंड गुड इवनिंग टू भारत अन्वेषण के सभी दर्शकों को मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ गुड इवनिंग, इसलिए कि इंडिया में जो बैठे हैं और हमारे जो गेस्ट भी है गुड इवनिंग इनके लिए भी जो इंडिया में है, और गुड मॉर्निंग हमारे यूएस में जो दर्शक हैं वो देख रहे हैं उनके लिए सबको गुड मॉर्निंग। वेलकम बैक टू भारत अन्वेषण आफ्टर दिस स्मॉल ब्रेक। आज हमारे बीच जो है पद्मश्री अवार्डी जो है सुधा वर्गीस जी, जो बहुत ही अच्छा काम कर रही है। एट द एज ऑफ 16 शी लेफ्ट केरला एंड सेटल्ड इन बिहार टू फॉर द अपलिफ्टमेंट ऑफ द वीमेन एंड the girls, you know, on certain community which is called Musahar community. उनका अपलिफ्टमेंट में पिछले 35 ईयर से वो काम करती आ रही है, एंड देयर हैज़ बीन लॉट ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन। सो वेलकम बैक आफ्टर दिस स्मॉल ब्रेक सुधा जी। तो आई हैव रेड अबाउट प्रेरणा स्कूल। व्हाट इज प्रेरणा स्कूल इज ऑल अबाउट?
Okay. I always wanted a residential setup for girls because I have seen from their home they are not able to study. There will be one small hut and people from outside will come to drink sitting in that hut. Sometimes they will tear off the pages from my girl's copy or book and send somebody to buy something to eat with their liquor. So my girls' books will be gone, and the parents were also not very willing to send them to school. So I felt that if they are put into a residential setup, they can stay there and study. So I was looking around for the building. Somebody had told me that there is a hostel building. And when I asked the SDO, the subdivisional officer, he said, I have never come across one. You search and see if you get one, very good. So I searched and I found the building. But it needed like a lot of repairing and so on. So, but then I went to the government office, and luckily they accepted my application and they repaired that building and gave me that building to start my residential setup for my Musahar girls. So we named this a Prerana Hostel Cum Special School. And then the government from the welfare department, SC/ST welfare department, they have decided and they are supporting us from 2010 onwards. They are supporting us to conduct this Prerana Hostel Cum Special School. In Patna, we have 150 girls in this hostel, Prerana School. And I have a second Prerana school in Bodh Gaya, where I have 100 girls. So
Wow.
this is the origin of Prerana School and a special school.
Very
Hostel
nice.
cum special school. Yes.
Very nice. Very
So
nice. Very inspiring. Yeah.
the girls get an opportunity. They can stay here and they can study. And now, right now, I have about 18 girls who passed 12th class. And with the help of Women's Development Corporation, they gave me the opportunity to send these girls to learn four-wheeler driving. They got the training and they got the license, and they are waiting for placement. So as soon as whether it is army or police, wherever there is vacancy that comes out, my girls will get a job and they will become the women drivers. So I'm always looking for opportunities for girls and boys, because we need to get into they should get a job in each family. Otherwise their poverty will be there all the time. Their hunger will be there because they don't have any steady income. I have about 8-9 boys, youth, that we have put them into hotel management course. So once they finish up that course, they will also get a job. So gradually, my goal is that each family should get at least a job which will bring steady income. Every month they will get steady income, and then their future education of the children can be taken care of, their health can be looked after. So anything for a change has to happen only through education.
Very
Right
nice.
now, I have 3,500 students, children studying, not in the schools, but in an informal setup. We are working in 7 blocks, and everywhere, our first lookout is to get the children to study. And then the women, the youth. The youth we got, I have 36 cricket teams. And that was the only way I could get the youth to listen to something different than what they were doing.
Yeah.
Mainly they were engaged in gambling and gutka khao, daru pivo. But my boys have changed. They are very good players. They are very good cricketers. We
Very
have
nice.
played 5 tournaments, and all 5 tournaments my boys won.
Very
So they're
nice.
very good. They have that, income.
Yes.
Sport. Yes. So that way, the Prerana school and the education programs, the youth, the girls, the women, we have about 100 real old dadi and dada. They can't earn anything and they don't have any support from anybody. So with the help of Helpage India, they support us to help these 100 people. So that way, our aim is to take care of the whole community. Every, boys and girls, women, we manage whatever we can manage in this community. Now we are working towards a good health program for which Melinda Gates has taken an initiative, and they have kind of, asked us to apply for a program. Also,
a grant.
last
Okay.
year they had given us a small fund. So we are fighting against malnutrition. So we have,
Oh,
yes, because our children are lot of children are malnourished, then pregnant women. So we are working for handling this malnourishment. And we are every day, we prepare a mix and make it into a ball. And we supply that to the children, malnourished children, pregnant women, and anyone we feel is anemic and malnourished. So we are on the lookout to see wherever we can step in and help the community. We are
Sure.
doing.
Excellent.
And we will not suffer any type of atrocities.
Atrocity. Yeah.
Whatever it is, we are there to help them. And there is no kind of compromise. If case is filed, it is filed and we'll fight. No compromises. Yes.
Very well said, Sudhaji. Actually, almost now we are coming to the end of the show. लेकिन एक चीज़ बताता हूँ कि आपका जो मैं स्टोरी तो नहीं बोलूँगा, ये फैक्चुअल जो लाइफ आपने जो वॉक थ्रू किया है, दैट इज़ सो inspiring, and at the same time that has been very, a huge roller coaster kind of a ride for you, but you stood there like a stone, like a rock, solid, and you made up your mind, your determination, your dedication, and that you had to do this to improve the women, improve the people, that particular community. You had made up your mind so strong. So definitely, the path has been shown to you. And there are good people who came forward to help you out, like you mentioned Rotaries, then Helpage India, now Melinda Gates Foundation, they are extending, the support if you can apply for the grant. So definitely I think दर्शकों को मैं बताऊं यूएस में जो भी है, आप नारी गुंजन ये आप चेक करिएगा वेबसाइट में, आई मीन ऑनलाइन में, and if you can help whatever help you could, so please generously help करिएगा, because what Sudhaji is fighting or continue to fight is to make a better society for the people who are underprivileged, who have no means of earning and no means of getting proper help. But with her being there, she is getting a lot of support, and it is improving day by day since last 35 plus years. And Sudhaji, before we end the show, any message you want to give it to our audience, please?
First of all, thank you for listening to me. And I think one message that I like to give is the willingness to share for the underprivileged. Suppose with your help, if we are able to help, we are able to educate 5 children, 5 girls, I think their life will become better, their children's life will become better, and their tomorrows will be better. So it's a sense of sharing that will help you. You will feel very happy to know that you are helping someone to stand up on their own feet, also open their mouth and demand what their rights are, and live a dignified life, make an identity, dignity. It is in our fundamental rights that every citizen has a right to live with dignity.
Sure.
But I must say that my people, my community still have not reached that stage where each one is blessed with this constitutional right to live a life with dignity. So maybe if some of you help us, we will be able to reach more children and help them to understand what it means to live with dignity. Unless there is education, they will not understand what it means to live with dignity. So education, our first focus is on education. So there are many people who say, if you educate these boys and girls, who will take care of my buffaloes? My community children are not born to take care of your buffaloes. You send your children to take care of your buffaloes. So on this, I have many times, I've been threatened, I've been targeted. So during these years, especially my 21 years in the village, I have lived many a lives and died many a deaths. Because they would always say, until she came, these people never used to open their mouth. Now she came and she finds that there is place to file a case and police is after us. So if you unjustly demand cheap labor, you need everything cheap, cheap liquor, cheap women. So against this, we stand up. We will file cases where it is needed. So that way, they were targeting me, but somehow I escaped those times when they targeted me, and my people stood with me. So I thank that everything goes well, and so far, the best part that I always appreciate is that I am living a meaningful life. So with I share my meaning in life with my people. I think that is the best blessing that I am enjoying.
Very
Thank you very
nice.
much.
Thank you
Yes.
very much, Sudhaji, for your kindness and for your doing so many things for the society. We really appreciate that, and let God give you more strength, and let the audience, whoever is watching, who is going to watch in the future also this channel and this episode, please do come forward and try to help NariGunjan, and because they are definitely making a big difference to the society. With that said, don't forget to tune in next week इसी समय इसी वक्त पर एक और पर्सनालिटी को लेके आ रहे हैं, मिस्टर सुरिंदर खन्ना, who was a very famous cricketer from Delhi team in his own days, and we are going to have a lot of cricket talks next week, and definitely tune in और भारत अन्वेषण देखते रहिएगा, क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन, बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव गेस्ट को हम लेके आते हैं, जैसे सुधा जी है. तो सुधा जी, थैंक यू वंस अगेन फॉर कमिंग टू द शो, and we wish you all the best, and definitely Bharat Anveshan will share this link to more and more people, so people can come forward and support your cause, and wishing you all the best. Thank you once again. और
Thank
दर्शकों
you
को
for
भी
yes. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
माय प्लेजर मैम, माय प्लेजर. दर्शकों को भी मैं थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूँ, और संदीप थैंक यू वेरी मच. और एक चीज़ मैं भूलना नहीं चाहता हूँ, हमारे जो दोस्त हैं मिस्टर मागो, उनका आज बर्थडे है. हैप्पी बर्थडे मागो साहब, एंड वी विश यू लिव a long and very healthy and peaceful and enjoyable life. विद दैट, आपका दोस्त, आपका होस्ट आज का ये एपिसोड साइन ऑफ करूँगा. और जहाँ पे भी रहिएगा, खुश रहिएगा और तंदुरुस्त रहिएगा, और लोगों को मदद करते रहिएगा. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
बाय.